Hello, welcome to this clip on self-cueing. When we improvise, it's important to be aware of our place in the improvisation because it helps us handle structure, whether it's starting a new section, whether it's changing the focus of material, move from one type of material to another type of material. But these skills are applicable once we are quite comfortable with improvising. At the pre-improvisational skill level, at the beginning level of improvisation, becoming aware of our place in the improvisation has to do with knowing where I am in the bar, in a phrase. I call this self-cueing because I am cueing myself. I, as an improviser, am not relying on a conductor or another member of the ensemble, but just myself knowing, okay, it is my time to come in, it is my time to come out of the improvisation, for instance. Self-cueing has to do with developing an oral image of how does one bar of improvised music sound like or feel like? How does 4 bars of improvised music feel and sound like? For this, I'm not counting bars or beats. Instead, I'm developing an oral image of how it feels to improvise for X amount of time. To implement the exercises for self-cueing, it is essential that we have become very comfortable with building motifs. That was the material from chapter 1. For these exercises we're going to do now, it is assumed that you can create effective motifs. So what we're going to do now is improvise short motifs within a certain frame. So let's listen to the backing track for a second, as we're going to hear on the downbeat of every bar, I hear the piano coming in. And that's my oral cue. And then the piano does other fill-ins, and then back again. The backing track is in 4/4. 1, 2. And my cue again. Okay? Following this oral cue, I'm going to improvise for 1 bar and leave 1 bar of rest. Through this exercise, I'm developing the oral impression of how it feels to improvise for 1 bar and how it feels to rest for 1 bar. All this without counting, just following my oral cues and developing the oral image of that sound. I can try different combinations, for example, improvising for 2 bars and leaving 1 bar of rest, or 2 bars of improvisation, 2 bars of rest, 4 bars of improvisation, and 4 bars of rest, and whatever combination I may want to try. What is important is that I'm not counting, I'm only listening and securing this oral image of the feeling of the length of the phrase. Another way to do this exercise is by improvising, for example, 2 bars on one register and 2 bars on another register. And so on and so forth. Another way I can implement this exercise is by trading phrases of improvisation followed by phrases of a tutti, a fixed motif played by the ensemble. So I improvise for 1 bar, and then the ensemble answers to me with 1 bar of a motif that has been already worked out. So there's this conversation back and forth. And again, the combinations can be 1 bar, 1 bar, 2 bars, 2 bars, and so on and so forth.